Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new night point of view review of the new Mercedes-Benz S-Class that's in front of us. Here's the new key. We have the LED digital lights, the extra option. We're going to unlock the car so you can see the lights turn on nicely. You can see the star on the side. So these are 20-inch wheels, winter tires. So this is the 7th generation of the S-Class. We have the entry S350D with 286 horsepower. This is a 2.9 liter 6-cylinder inline diesel. 250 is the top speed, and 0 to 100 is in 6.2 seconds. We're gonna test that today. You can open the cargo with the key. You have 550 liters of cargo space, 20 more than the previous generation. You can hold and close. You can see the fade out gimmick, and then if we unlock the car again, you can see it come back on. So that was pretty cool. The total price of this particular car is 185,000 euros, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna correct myself if I'm wrong. As mentioned, I had an earlier press car, so some information might have got mixed. Get this nice greeting inside. I'm gonna put my key over here inside. Hope it won't rattle too much. Actually, yeah, I'm going to put it maybe in my pocket. No, here. Okay, so first seatbelt safety first, of course. Okay, just to turn the light to show you the interior a bit. So that's it. You have a cool feature when you put your hand here, the light turns on the side. So let's turn this baby on. Now we have a warning here. You can also get a warning in the ambient lights, and you saw the lights in front. So I hope you can see the new heads-up display. So without too much talking, put it to drive and let's head out. So the new S-Class. So first things first, I'm gonna talk about driving, and then I'm gonna summon the interior feel and technology. So 7th generation, there's a lot of things, a lot of pressure from the Mercedes to make a exquisite car. This is their flagship car. Now the inside comfort in the S-Class is known. So the air suspension is standard. You can raise it. It's really good if you want to park car on the top, so you don't scratch it. Your bottoms very comfortable. It evens out the dents even on 20-inch alloys. It is super comfortable. Now also the car has this new seats with 10 massage options, and they have side bolsters that when you go into the corners, they kind of how should I describe that in English? English is not my first language, it's Croatian. So the seats kind of let's say inflates the bolster on the side and keeps you not leaning to the side in the corner, which is really nice. So of course you have driving. So now when I'm going, my right side inflates, holds me in the corner. When I turn left, or the opposite, or vice versa. So you have driving modes on the bottom. So this is the Eco, Comfort, Sport, and Sport Plus, or individual. Now I'm gonna stay in the Comfort. Now 286 horsepower, you know, it's enough, but of course you can go for the higher versions. There's 400, and I think even might have been 500, not completely sure now, or something very close by. And if you get the petrol versions, they have the mild hybrid, so they should be even better. I'm deliberately going across these holes to see the suspension. Is very comfortable. Now the engine is very responsive, so it's very nice and smooth. The 9-speed automatic, also you barely feel it. Very nice. And the steering is very precise. Of course, if you go to the Sport or Sport Plus, it's even more precise. Now, what's interesting about this car is the fact that it's an option, I believe. Depending on the market, it might be standard or optional. The rear wheels turn, so the rear axle turns in low speeds the opposite of the front wheel, so you can have a better turning angle, and on higher speeds it turns in the same direction of the front wheels, so you can easier do a safer lane change. Now, the brakes are not aggressive from the start, but you need to see. Now I had to emergency brake because of the pedestrian. You have to go inside, so, and when you press them deep, they start braking, so they're not harsh from the start. So most cars are, this is like, it gently starts braking, so it's a very refined system. Now, one thing you need to have in mind, this car is longer than 5 meters, so it is a very long car, and the rear turning axle kind of shortens your maneuver on parking, so you have to be careful, especially when backing up. I would use my mirrors instead of the camera, because it is very difficult. Now, I'm not being an asshole, I'm just turning here because the rear traffic is closed because of the constructions. So the rear axle turns, and you have to be careful, and parking the car is large, so I would assume most people will have a garage. Of course, you here have a front camera that turns on to show you the traffic light, because in Europe the traffic light is before the intersection, not after. So this is very convenient to use. And as I mentioned, the light on the side, if you have any documents you want to reach out, you can check that out. So the engine is nice and responsive, picks up speed if you need to very easily. Now, the overview around the car is excellent, even on the rear mirror and the sides. The car is very comfortable on the road, even if you go to the Benz. Sticks like a magnet. The car is heavier though, so has a lower center of gravity. That's good. It's almost like electric cars, and it is very confident on the road. Now, the heads-up display is one of the coolest features. The Mercedes says it's like watching a 77-inch screen, like, I don't know, from a distance of few feet. I don't know how much. That's what they've stated, not even in meters, but I would say like it's like 5 meters away, and it's very nice. I hope you can see it from the camera angle. Of course, you can change it. I'm not gonna play with that because there are so many options, and it's so easily to get distracted over here. But watch the heads-up display right now. So it didn't show it now, but once you're on lower speeds and you're crossing a street walk, or we call it in Croatia zebra walk, then it turns red. It gives you a little exclamation marker for the pedestrians to warn you to slow down. Now, if you're new to my channel, I do in-depth car reviews, and it really helped me a lot if you would subscribe and click the little bell to get notifications when I upload new videos. I really do a lot of effort to make in-depth car reviews that are aiming at the buyers, that give you all the information most journalists and YouTubers skip. So there's going to be a separated video driving without talking, and there's going to be in-depth video of the infotainment functionalities, in-depth almost every single stuff I can cover. But as well, there's going to be like a night showing you the car on a normal camera, because this is GoPro camera, has a little bit a wide lens. Again, traffic light, very convenient, part of the MBUX. So this is the second generation. It's faster and it's adapted to the car, specifically the S-Klasse, and this is the future. It's a little bit updated compared to the other ones, but let's talk about the interior of the car. So everything is, of course, well made. It's exclusive, feels like a first class interior, and everything, every detail, there's a lot of attention to it. So there's a lot of good engineering behind the car, but what's interesting is the digitalization. Once you get in the car, I would recommend you, when the car is new, focus on the driving, get a feeling for the car, and then when you get the feeling, then I would say play with the technology part. This technology is from first very shocking. It's a little bit confusing and feels like over the top. And honestly, when I'm driving, I'm looking at the heads-up display for the first time. Most cars, the heads-up display is small and I don't bother to look at it. I look at the speedo on the bottom. And in this case, I'm mostly not looking at the speedo, at least the digital speedometer, which has many options to customize to your personal preferences. And the main screen, I wish it was facing towards the driver a bit. This way you have to look at it, you're not really watching the road. They decided to put it down and the vents on the top, so I wish it was a little bit on the top, but then you can reach it with your hand. Of course, you have on your steering wheels buttons for all of this, but they're touch sensitive capacitive buttons, and I like physical buttons. I would feel more comfortable with those. We're coming to the highway now, so I'm gonna do a speed test to 150. That's the legal in Croatia. So I'm gonna be quiet for a few seconds. So 156 is 10%, and then there's additional 10% on the highway in Croatia. It's stated in the law. On the local roads it's only 10%. So just wanted to show you. Now the car has a very good soundproof, although I think I can hear some wind noise. It's usually coming from the side mirrors in the cars, and there's a little bit tire noise since these are winter tires, and this particular tarmac is a little bit rough, so it makes a little bit more noise. But the general soundproof in the S-Klasse is the best. So top of washer fluid. Okay, so the digital lights are phenomenal, and I don't know if you notice the car traffic. So it kind of turns off particular parts. And now I turned the cruise control, which is that easy to use, and look at this, it's gonna keep me in the lane. I'm gonna deliberately go to the edge. It's gonna correct me, but it keeps me in the middle, so it doesn't bounce you left and right like a ping pong. It just keeps you in the middle, so it's perfect. And then you can set the speed, or you can hold it, jumps per like 10 kilometers. It's gonna better to comfort. And then there's a distance it brakes for the car in front. If I give a turn signal, you can see, wow, did you see that arrow? I hope you did. Oops, I didn't realize it. I've accidentally put it 210 on my cruise control. I didn't realize that. You can see the digital lights, and look how they work. Also here to show you big navigation, so you can have it also in the middle, and you can of course customize these. You can see how the lights are bright really now. I think, yeah, the long beam is automatic, it turned on, and look how it's going to turn off parts, not to blind the car in front of me. And look at the signs, it's actually illuminating part of them. It's very impressive. Now I turn on the cruise control again. So we're close to our exit. But I just wanted to show you again, watch the heads-up display. When I turn on the arrow, so it didn't do it now, but if you notice, the last time when I was overpassing the car, it did give like an arrow, so that was very interesting. So cruise control is off. You can turn on the speed limiter, and then you can play with the speed. So you can put one speed, and then the car won't pass that speed. So if you're traveling through Austria, which has really strict laws and fines for speeding, unlike Croatia or Germany, then you can be safe. You can just turn on the speed limiter and you're good to go. Or you can turn it off if you're in Germany and just speed up. Okay, a little joke, but yeah, Croatia is one of the rare countries who has a tolerance. Most countries don't. The feeling inside is very nice. It's very comfortable. I haven't had the opportunity for someone to chauffeur me on the back, but I'm pretty sure it's very comfortable. See, every car has the speed limit. It's thinking it's 40 because it picked up way back, and now it's gonna pick up 80, so not speeding really. There we go. I'm not sure if you can see that, but yeah, so this whole digital thing is shocker at first, but I want to get used to it. Don't be afraid of it. I think it's usable. I'm sure Mercedes-Benz wouldn't put that inside if they thought it was too distracting. But for some people, especially older generations, perhaps it might be too much. I even heard some young people saying it's too much. I guess it comes down to, are you a tech person or not? But I think, you know, you should be good. Of course, over here, I don't know if you can see it, you have the limiter off. You have the distance. I don't know, you can see a little car here. So you can like have 2 seconds distance or more. So I don't know if I missed something, but the car is just amazing. Of course, for this amount of money, you can buy a real estate, a nice apartment, or if you're successful in life, I assume, you can buy this kind of a luxury car. You know, if you're a business person and you're spending a lot of time on the road, why not get something that's really safe and comfortable and treat yourself. Now, I like the fact that you can see this, the traffic light, but you can also see I guess you can turn it off here. You can also see 3D buildings, and you can see the gas stations and their particular brand. So it's pretty cool. Of course, you can see it in here as well. So you can play with a lot of options. There's a classic here view, exclusive on the bottom. So if you press this one, kind of the speed of changes. You can customize that, but more of that in my in-depth review. So we're heading out to test the LEDs. and do a 0 to 100 if we'll get a chance. I always make sure there's no traffic to make it safe. Now this part of the road has street lights, and there's going to be part where it's off, and then part where it's completely not working, so we can test our digital lights. So the auto long beam is on. So turn on the long beam. Oh, there we go. Have you seen how it's spread? Hope you noticed that. And once we pass into the light, it's just gonna come back, I guess. Okay, really fully stop here. There's no one in front of us or behind us. Dynamic, Sport Plus. Punch it. Whoa. Now I did maybe back up just on 99. A little bit too early, apologies, but the official time is 6.2. This is a really nice kick in the back seat, so it feels pretty responsive. Of course, this is just the entry model. You can get the higher, more performance versions, and especially if you go for the petrol with a mild hybrid car, mild hybrid system, or the plug-in. I believe there should be plug-in as well. That should be very interesting. So let's stop here. So I know in front the digital heads-up display, there's like I can see like almost a carpet on my windscreen, but I know it's illumination from that. Now, sure, you can play in the settings and decrease the brightness. These are the lights. This is the long beam. Now I'm going to take out my iPhone 12 Pro. So this is the GoPro 9. The iPhone has a bigger sensor, it takes more light. So I'm going to show you how it looks more in person. Okay, so I had to move. There was a car passing by. There's a storage area behind. You can see clearly the heads-up display. I'm just going to zoom on it. You can see it better. And the camera freaks out. But there we go. Zooming out. So the lights, normal beam. And this is the full beam. Come a little bit closer. Full beam. And I'm gonna snap a few photos with the night mode so you can see better. Okay, I just wanted to show you the backing camera, not to forget it. Like, this is completely in dark, and you can actually move the car around and see your surroundings, and looking at it at night, it's pretty cool and amazing how much light these cameras are taking in. So it's pretty cool. You can even see the car when you're in motion, and the blue area is like your safety spot, like your safety bubble, if we can call it like that. Let's focus on the lights in front of us. Speed up. So the not the wipers, so have the long beam turned on. I'm just gonna turn around here, but this is going to the bend. You can see the cornering fog light, and now the long beam. Wow, I can see really down the road far, so very impressive. As mentioned, there's a storage area here. Once again, you can see how the lights spread out. You can see really far. And then when you slow down, lower your speed. It should come closer. Sometimes, you know, they just on. And I'm just gonna go to the settings, and actually no settings, just to comfort, ambient lights, and give you a multicolor option so you can see the interior a little bit different. So I just noticed that the theme has changed here as well. So it's pretty cool. I really like this because it looks like it changes according to the ambient lights as well. And now it's darker, I can see better the icons, so it's pretty cool. Now you can see, I noticed one thing probably no car reviewer has mentioned, because they probably didn't test the cars at night. One, there's a long beam, there's like a square or rectangle. No, it's a square, but I'm not sure if you can see it from here. Over here on the glass, there is something. So I'm gonna show you that in the full review in the daytime, so make sure to watch that. Really not sure, I have to ask Mercedes what is that. And also saw like something like that coming from the lights, so very curious what that is. Now, hey Mercedes, press the button. Hey Mercedes.
No telephone available. You can now connect your phone.
I didn't want that. Cancel. Hey Mercedes. Navigate. Okay, let's give it another try. Hey Mercedes, navigate me to Avenue Mall, Zagreb, Croatia.
Here is what I found. Where do you want to go?
Okay, I think I want this.
Calculating route.
So just to see the heads of display, so I can have here. Oh, look at those! Wow, that is amazing. Now you can see that, and you can see it over here. So I just want to see. So I went in reality. So there you go. You can have different views, but I'm gonna use this one. Just wanted to show you that. And of course here you have exclusive sport and classic. You can have also like a assistance, it's like service, and then you can have the navigation. Let's just check this one. Wow, so you can have a huge navigation in your screen if you want to, but I'm just gonna keep it on the exclusive. I think I like this theme. It does change, I realized, the icons, you can see them better in the night. So this is probably one of the coolest stuff, the augmented reality. Now it's actually showing me like where I need to turn, and this like fish bones, and I can see like a small portion of the map where I need to go. So there's the distance, there's time when I'm gonna arrive there, and distance to the next turn. And now there was a new roundabout just in front, and it's gonna tell me signs where to keep it. Interesting. But I've noticed most of navigations are not updated, so the car will now want me to keep in left, and it's probably gonna freak out a little bit, but it doesn't matter. So really impressed with the new S-Klasse. Should you get it, if you have the money, I'm like, heck yeah, of course. It's one of the best cars on the market. You have plenty of options, and yeah, so as you can see the screen, there's gonna be like a fishbone on the heads-up display as well. It's gonna tell me to turn. Actually, it's not, it just keeps me telling to the left, so this is good. No, there we go. It's gonna freak out, but it quickly realized the new situation under the roundabout as a tunnel, so we're good. So that's a good thing. So yes, so my recommendation, should you buy it or not? Of course you should buy it. This is a Mercedes S-Klasse, one of the best cars. It's a flagship. You get all the good stuff here, all the whistles and belts, even in the entry models. So this is one of the best cars, and I'm really pleased with it. I know this technology will be a little bit overwhelming, but I believe once you give it a little bit time, we're gonna get used to it, and it's gonna be really comfortable. So I believe Mercedes you know, didn't, you know, risk it. They played it safe. They did their research and study before adding this technology. Although the seats, it's a little critic. The seats, when you press this, it's not, there's no movement, so it's a little bit funky, you know. But again, once you get a touch for it, I mean, it doesn't even matter because you have memory seats, and once you create your profile in the car, it's like, who cares, you know, if this doesn't move anymore. The little seat buttons just now touch before you can move them. So, but it's really good. And yeah, I mean, really looking forward to see the new C-Class. We saw the E-Class, but I think the E-Class is gonna get this type of a screen maybe a little bit later, since it just got a it's like a free refresh or a facelift. But yeah, it's not that there's like anything really bad to criticize about this, since it's a top flagship. The seats are very comfortable so far, as you can imagine. There's a press car. As a friend that's reviewing, we're gonna swap for cars soon. So yeah, we're at that destination, so we're just gonna end up in a car garage. Now I'm just gonna show you. We're coming a little bit late, so the lights will probably be off, but I just wanted to show you the car when there's a little bit of illumination. Wow, you can see the parking sensors freaking out on the heads-up display. So I actually have another car to review this night. Usually doesn't happen, but so let me just see here. There's all they're cleaning the garage. So as mentioned, you really need to have in mind the size of the car when you're driving this car. So I hope I did summon everything. We also got the car in a short notice. The plan was being changed several times because of the customers are the clients are really interested in the new S-Class. So we finally got the opportunity to review the car. So I'm gonna just park where there's some light, so you can see better the car. Now they're saying it's better to park the car on front rather than rear because of the options of the reverse steering. So I'm just gonna show you something as soon as I back up to my spot. I like to use the mirrors, so it's the safest instead of the cameras. Now you can see the car projection. It's really long. Okay, so look at this. If I turn the wheel, you can see it actually starts turning the wheels, and it turns the camera. Look at this. The camera turns both sides. So you know, have in mind it takes a while to get the feeling for the size of the car when you're parking. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Stay safe on the road and at home. Again, if you like this video and you think someone's buying or looking for this car, share it with them. Share it on Mercedes-Benz forums. Helps me a lot, and it helps me a lot if you smash the like button and leave a comment below. What do you think about the new S-Class? I really want to hear your opinions. So and don't forget your key. Happens a lot. So I believe I left the key inside here, so don't think we're gonna come back to physical keys. But you can see actually that this parking spot is even too small for the S-Class. I hope you liked the review. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye.